We are live. We are live. Praise the Lord. Sister Paula, it is very, very exciting to meet you. I am Jasmine, for those of you who are new here. And Sister Paula is one of our speakers this Saturday for the Bridge event. Very exciting. She will be in our English panel. And we just wanted to do this so you could get to know a little bit about her background. So Sister Paula, tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, what you do for a living.
Okay. Well, hi, everybody. It's just a privilege and honor to be here today. For those that don't know me, my name is Paula Urbago, and I'm the National Still Standing Director by the grace in Texas. I've retired. I've been a widow since 2002, and I've done odds and ends as far as for a living. But pretty much I've just enjoyed my Social Security and my late husband's VITs. Your question, or I just
Yeah.
go out?
I think there's a little delay, so I'm sorry if I'm listening to you till it finishes. But I mean, you worked hard for that Social Security, so congratulations. And you mentioned your husband was a veteran.
Yes, he was in the Army.
Wow. While you were married beforehand, were you an Army wife?
No. When I met him, he was just coming out of the service, and we were married almost 35 years.
Wow.
And until I became a widow, which was in 2002. So that's almost, 19 years? This December the 26th was when I was away. And so I get to enjoy his benefits. And my younger brother came to live with me since 2003 after my husband died. So he's 100% disabled Marine. He's also a veteran. And so I take care of him. I'm practically his maid. I'm his nurse. I for him. I'm his Uber. I take care of all his needs. The bad is that I also get to take care of his money. So, and we enjoy life. To Jesus, God is good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And what a blessing. I mean, to have family to be able to take care of him too. And the extra time, together is precious. It really is. So that, yeah. Wow, Marines. So you've grown up semi around it. I mean, it was a blessing. Your husband got to be home with you then. Fun fact about yourself. What is something that you love to do with this free time that you have now?
Well, but I love to, like I said, my favorite hobby is shopping for extraordinary good deals. Like we did a video in Still Standing where that we're ambassadors of God, and sometimes we think that we can't go to Macy's or Dillard's or Armstrong or wherever because of the funds. But I did one where I'm in a thrift store, and I did sort of tires, and they're all brand name. Love the challenge of finding. So I go to a lot of thrift stores. I really do. I love it. I love the challenge of finding Ann Taylor dresses. Sometimes with tags, $100 dresses for $9.99.
Yeah.
Those are really expensive. Just go to the mall, go to Macy's, go to Dillard's, go to, all these good stores, and I go right to their 80% racks, $100 dresses for $9.99, $19, and so, like, if you go on the winter, you shop for spring. And the summer, everything that's going out, and there's no need to spend your money when you can get this pretty flowers that the ladies wear. I've done, Sister Rita, President's flowers, your boards, Sister Perez, Stella, she was there on the board with
Yeah.
Rita. So, I just love that. Yeah. So I did a lot of their flowers. I love doing wreaths. I love to bake. So I stay busy with that and the church activities.
I
I
like
do
the
like the
one
table
behind you. Did you
setting.
make those?
Yes, I have kind of then just add a flower greenery on it, and it's ready to
Yeah, they're
go.
beautiful.
So thank you. I just bought the frame and then just. And so I always tell my ladies, they'll say something like, well, you're blessed, you don't have to work, you have a lot of money. I go, no, you just make do. Like I said, I love doing that. And I walk into an activity and I always like to add a little greenery here, greenery there. It's just me.
Awesome.
Like I said, I love
Yeah,
shopping.
so do I actually.
Yeah.
It is fun. Thrift stores are a blast. It's like a treasure hunt, right? When you go in, you're like, okay, what can I find that no one else has found either? You did, or but that's
Yes.
awesome. I personally like to do crafts and DIYs too. So you speak to
Oh,
me, sister.
great.
You speak to my hobby too.
Well, like
Yeah.
they say,
Did you have
somebody
you
else
always done
scratches
that?
our. Yes. Well, when I was much younger, like I say I was 21, but I guess I was 15. That no, I had a fall and be bedridden for a long time, like weeks. And I'm like, oh no, I stay busy. So then I had somebody buy me stuff, and I just started. I didn't even know how to do a bow, but I started playing, and then I was amazed what I could do. So you just say yes, put your hands on it, and God will do the rest. So yeah. And since then, I've been
And
doing
it's
that.
amazing too because I mean, you took what could have been a very negative situation. I mean, it's difficult being bedridden, and you made something out of it. And then not only that, but it's amazing to see God's plan. I guess like if that hadn't have happened, you wouldn't be doing it now. And so it's amazing how He moves us in different directions, and sometimes that method is not so fun or what we'd expect, but He makes um, He makes everything work out in the end, and it's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's amazing. It's amazing because what the enemy tries to turn into bad, we do. It's a mind thing. We have to, look at it. Purpose of this. Why am I in bed now? And I've had when they were going to Washington, I wasn't able to go. I had a fall, a toy dog, and I'm getting real excited. So he wrapped his chain around my ankles, and boom, I went down. I was like, oh no! So I was in bed for another some broken ribs. I'm like, no, lying devil, what am I going to do here? So I just got on the phone, started calling all my still standing ladies, connect with the ref, connect. So I always try positive of what the negative situation is. And God always
Yeah.
finds a way to get my attention. So he literally has to slay me on the floor, on the bed, so I can stop. And that's how God works. So I always tell myself when something negative happens, like I said, what's the purpose? Okay, what do you want me to do now? And he always shows me what it is. Sometimes it's just, okay, it's time to just dedicate my time to reading, praying, members.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And
Especially being a woman who, I mean, I think I'm with you with the like we like to stay busy. We go go go, and sometimes He like literally has to stop us and to refocus or
yeah,
go in a different direction. And yeah, it could be negative, but it's beautiful if you think about it that way. Like He took His time to stop us and redirect us because
uh-huh,
He had something greater for
uh-huh.
our lives. So I I love that. That's a beautiful, beautiful testimony, Sister Paula. You seem like a very positive go-getter, and it's beautiful to see.
So I know that one of your questions was how did I get started in ministry? And I didn't real clear on that if I'm the still standing ministry or just below.
I mean, either or. I say maybe ministry at the beginning, because how old were you when you joined your first ministry?
Actually, I was a pastor's daughter. I was a black sheep. A lot of people don't know that, but Sister Rita, her head counselor when she was a youth, so we go back a long, long time. So we talk about this, but yes, when I was in 1975, that's when I got baptized. When my dad would always, he was a pastor, like I said, so he'd go to this, and he was always say, please pray for my sister, for my daughter Paula, and Paula, everywhere he went, right? And in 1975, when the Lord said, that's it, and I remember getting baptized, and then I went to activities in the valley, because I live in Austin, Antonio then, but I go to the retreat, and I meet Louise there, and then, oh, you're Sister Paula. Pastor Renee would always be asking for prayer. I'm like, yes, I'm the black sheep, So I was a late bloomer in the ministry, but I got called to ministry right away in my local church in San Antonio, and it was leadership. The Lord literally just called me out to leadership. I remember I was in a Dorcas meeting, and they called out my name, and I almost fainted, and my pastor wife looked at me because she knew me, right, that I was a late bloomer and spiritually. And she goes, accept. You don't accept. But I knew where the Lord had brought me from. I knew I was a PK, and I knew it was time to step up, and stood up, and I said, amen, brother. And since then, it's been, one ministry after the other in the leadership. I was local president all at the same time, local president, district president, and district vice president, all at the same time. I was in the ministry, and then when I came, that's when I realized, like, wow, this is my calling, leadership. And ever since then, I've been in leadership in one level or another, And when the Lord called me to the national, still standing, I'm like, Lord, do you realize how he was years ago? And then national still standing. I'm like, Lord, Ocker, and I mean, I was just kidding, really, because I'm so right. But I'm like, are you sure? What am I supposed to do? And he said, Paula, talking about, God preparing us all your life. This is what I've been getting you ready for. Because I lived all the seasons. And when I went on my knees to pray, are you sure? I started weeping because God said, are you kidding? I've prepared you all your life for this. I've prepared you for a time like this, to work in this. It's been so good to me, regardless of all my weaknesses, all my faults, all my rebellion in my youth. God, from all my family, he said, you. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I love to work. God is good.
That's awesome.
God is good.
Yeah, he is. And like you said, that's what you were called to do. Like, it was a process you had to go through to do what you do now. So it's absolutely beautiful that you answered the calling. I love that you are doing this. You mentioned you feel like you're in the older ages, but I admire it. My grandmother still had a cell group in her home when she was 80, and that hit home, where it's just, you got to keep going. And so you are inspirational. We cannot wait to hear more about your journey coming Saturday. But I enjoyed getting to know you today, just a little bit more in the background, just one-on-one. Thank you so much for chatting with me. Igen truly appreciates it. And Lord willing, see you Saturday.
All right.
God bless.
Amen. Thank you.